as we look at our differing viewpoints, I thought I would ask you, what are your concerns with meat? And maybe we could go from there, and then I might share some of my concerns with some plants, and we can sort of highlight both sides of the equation. So I guess perhaps the beginning question is, what do you think causes chronic disease in humans? And if meat and animal products are included in that, then what are your concerns with meat?
Yeah, I have to be frank, and I hope it's okay. You don't take this. I don't want in any way to, make you or your followers feel attacked or any way. But I don't really believe there's a controversy here, and I don't really think there are two sides. I think the evidence is overwhelming and non-controversial, because I think that there's a lot of different ways you can change your diet to help a person in the short term. And sometimes you just lose weight and people get better from, we're looking at, studies that go on for 6 months or 2 years. There's lots of ways people can lose weight, get rid of diabetes, and eat all meat and it'll work. But those studies generate a hypothesis that would have to be confirmed with long-term studies. And for a study to have a high credence value, or to say something more definitively, to give people advice that's they can hold dear to their heart, they know is true, we have to have some long-term studies that corroborate short-term studies and investigate all the data to see where the overwhelming amount of evidence lies. And I could say with clarity that when we look at studies with high credence value, which means three things. One, when we're talking about diseases and causes of death, we have to study large numbers of people. So it has to have many thousands of people in the study, not 50 or 100, but 10,000, 20,000, 100,000 people. Number two, the study has to go on for decades, not years. And number three, we have to look at hard endpoints, which means mortality, cardiovascular mortality, or cancer mortality, or all-cause mortality and age of death. And I can sit here today and I can tell you that all the studies, every one that looks at long-term overall mortality, cardiovascular mortality with large numbers of people, show that as you increase the animal protein in the diet, we get increase of cardiovascular death and cancer death. And as you increase plant proteins or substitute reducing animal protein or animal fat and increase more whole plant protein or plant fats, we see increased lifespan and lower cardiovascular and cancer mortality. And for example, there was a recent study published in the Lancet Public Health, 2018, that followed, let me give you the number of people it followed, 40,181 deaths. Over 40,000 deaths. And they followed people on average more than 25 years. It very conclusively showed that diets higher in animal protein led for earlier life deaths in both cardiovascular and cancer mortality. I'm just saying that's one study, but we have all the other studies. And here's a study with 18 pooled data from 17 different studies showing increased animal protein, increasing risk of breast cancer deaths, colon cancer deaths. Here's a study published by the World Cancer Research Fund, looking at over 1,000 studies showing increased bowel cancer deaths. So we're talking, and these studies, by the way, are in pasture raised. This was a multi-country study, because I know that some people want to make excuses and say, oh, that's commercial raised meat. It's not pasture raised. It's not natural animal products. And those arguments aren't true. So to be honest, you're a nice guy, but I think you're very misguided, and it's like a religion where people aren't weighing science and logic and overwhelming amount of evidence. They just pick the side they want to choose to be on, and then they try to accumulate data to support that way of living and eating, instead of having an open slate, having no preference at all, and just saying, where does the data lie? And where are the blue zones and the longest lived people? And what's the foods that are linked to protection against cancer? So if I can reverse a person's heart disease, get them off their blood pressure medication, or get rid of their psoriasis with a diet that's going to enable them to live to be 100 years old, I'd rather do that compared to some way, because using a diet style that you're recommending is like using a chemotherapeutic agent by a rheumatologist, because they may feel better and just from certain things they're doing, but long term, it's not going to be great for their health. So you're selling the people out with inadequate and misguided information.